8 people are dead and at least 4 others injured after a shooting at a FedEx facility in Indianapolis. Coronavirus vaccine is now in town and teachers are getting their first dose of it within the next half hour. What does this mean for school employees though? Well, it's all based on priority. It was the 4th attempt that ended in failure. SpaceX commentators say that Starship 11 did not come back 6 minutes after its launch. They're starting their Up in Smoke tour next week.
Oh,
Justin, you said there was one that had 36 inches of snow.
Nazareth, Pennsylvania. It looks like the Golden Snow Shovel Award out of the storm. 36.
It's like a 7-year-old.
That's right. So, you know.
We are following breaking news from overnight. 1 person is dead following an accident in Knox County. Mayors for Knox County and the city of Knoxville have announced their 7 picks to serve on the recently formed Sports Authority. 3 Alcoa kids are literally in the spotlight. 6-year-old Leilani, 4-year-old Alana, and 18-month-old Messina are 3 sisters who were military children. They're in Hawaii right now.
You didn't win. I didn't win. I played. I'm not going to lie.
And a lot has happened during a Knox County Commission workshop last night. Let's go ahead and walk you through some of the big takeaways. First up, despite what you may have seen online yesterday, Volkswagen does not plan to change its brand name here in the U.S. Yesterday, the automaker said it would change its name to Volkswagen. That's with a T. A company spokesperson said the whole thing was a April Fool's Day joke. Joke's on you, Volkswagen. It's not April Fool's Day. Metro police officers and 1 sergeant are being called heroes this morning after running toward danger, putting their lives on the line to evacuate innocent people ahead of that bombing. In the coronavirus this morning, starting today, long-term care facilities in Tennessee will begin receiving their COVID-19 vaccines. For the 2nd straight week, the White House Coronavirus Task Force is identifying the Knoxville region as the worst in the nation in areas out of its population size. The Knoxville... All right, let's get you caught up on the big stories that are happening right now. State lawmakers are gearing up for a special session tomorrow. It was called by the governor, all to address what he says are urgent issues facing Tennessee students and schools. And a police officer was taken to the hospital after a crash in West Knoxville. We're told the officer was responding to a call when it all happened. The officer was taken to UT Medical Center. No word on his condition at this hour. And Zoo Knoxville is asking for your help this morning to name their new baby giraffe. The baby boy giraffe was born December 24th to Mother Frances and Father Junbei. You can make your name suggestions this week. I vote on Doug, and the zoo will choose a few finalists for a public vote later this week. Time for now. Good Morning America is coming up next. Have a great day, everyone.
The year 1944. In the White House, the Roosevelt administration. The most commonly used tank in World War II, the Sherman, known as Hell on Wheels. Fast forward to today, and you can find one that still works.
Everything in this thing works.
So with summertime right around the corner and families spending quality time together, my photographer and I went to drivetanks.com to see how families can have a lot of fun.
I want to blow some stuff up.
Holy. But many want to pack up.
I'm getting tank training.
Put it in drive.
Push it in. Sit down. Remember
that. And spend their time going to war. Like the Theodore family, who traveled all the way from Manhattan Beach, California, all to blow up as much as they could on this 18,000-acre ranch in Uvalde.
Say Texas. Texas.
Just 2 hours west of San Antonio is drivetanks.com, where you can play Army, see historic tanks, ammo, guns, and artifacts from World War II and several other wars as well. All these experiences are the brainchild of Todd DiGedio, the company's CEO. His collection is worth tens of millions of dollars, complete with roaming free-range animals. But his pride and joy are the tanks that sit in a simple tank barn kept immaculately clean.
The German Leopard tank in the corner over there.
On the 2nd floor of the barn is the Patton Lounge, named after the well-known general himself. And take a look at this. From the ceiling, this is a parachute, an actual parachute from World War II.
Relax, do a little debriefing, have an adult beverage.
And there are barracks for those who want to stay the night, complete with World War II design, but with modern-day technology.
Waiting to be connected.
This not only is a place to come and have fun and blow things up,
but they also want it to be known as a living museum with all the artifacts from World War II. But let's be honest here, folks, blowing things up is so much more fun. The place isn't cheap. The flamethrower will set you back $300. And getting to live out a commuter's fantasy, driving over this car is about $1,000. Firing the Sherman tank, that'll set you back about $3,000. But it's the experience of a lifetime, and that, my friends, is priceless.
So we get all your frustrations out here.
Todd is a former Green Beret and Houston police officer and says it's important to keep this history alive.
I work out 4 days a week, and I feel like I worked out 5.
This is the only place in the world where you can fire the Sherman today. 2,800 feet per second. And they don't use blanks.
Mine's bigger than yours.
It's the same one featured in the movie Fury with Brad Pitt.
All tanks, move forward!
And there's no shortage of ammo. This place creates a modern-day war zone, and for family time spent, this place is right on target.
Three stripes is a fool, Admiral.
Meet Olga Kelso. She's 97 years old and sharp as a tack. She remembers details like no other.
On the 2nd of November, 1942, New Year's Eve, 1955. I got orders to report on the 12th of February, 1943, 12th February, 1963. That was Labor Day, September, 1955.
She became a wave in the Navy as a stenographer, taking dictation and shorthand for the higher-ups. She felt an emotional connection to the service after Pearl Harbor.
The same thing gripped me that gripped all the young men in the country about getting in the service. I needed to do something to help.
Now she has unrivaled memories of a lifetime. Just a few are here in her scrapbook that she keeps with her.
Oh, there I am in uniform.
Today's honor air flight means so much to Olga. She's heard from other vets that she needs to go, and even bumped into a vet at a local Walmart.
And he said, if you have a chance, don't miss it. But I never dreamed that I would ever, that something like this would exist, and that I would get to go.
She lost her brother in the war.
He was killed on Okinawa.
And Olga says she feels the need to do this to honor the memory of her fellow service members. For the 20 years of service she gave, she still stays humble.
And all I did was I had a job in the Navy and wore a uniform.
Celebrating America's greatest generation, a role that cannot be saluted enough. Doug Currin, WATE 6 on your side. He was drafted
In March of 1944.
U.S. Army vet Steve Casimir is a member of the dwindling World War II community. At 94 years old, he's lived through some of the worst times in world history.
A shot comes out of the hedgerow, whistles past my ear. There's 20,000 people killed on that raid. First thing you do when you bivouac your area, you dig a foxhole.
Stephen didn't storm Normandy in the first wave, but a subsequent one, and still remembers what he first saw when the tide went out and his boat was able to come ashore, and it was like nothing he'd ever seen before.
A bulldozer comes up and starts digging up a mass grave that they had put from the people that were unfortunate that didn't make it the first day. And here I am watching. Here, my introduction to France, that was an eerie sight, for my first day.
Vivid details like no trees, just stumps because gunfire had downed all those trees. Just one of millions of stories shaping our history books and minds today. Stories that are not passed down to later generations very often.
In fact, nobody asked me what my war experiences were for about 60 years. I put it all behind me because everybody served in the Army, so it was normal to me. Yeah.
His experiences are unrivaled, documenting so much of it with pictures that don't do justice to the situations, like the larger-than-life presence of the Sherman tank, the surreal experience of standing where a bomb killed thousands, and to see the contrails of planes in a dogfight right above you.
Every other day or so, we're getting shelled, so you're in the foxhole, crouched down, looking at your knees.
4 hours, just hoping not to be buried by the dirt should your area be hit with any shells. Why do you think people didn't want to ask you about it?
I don't know, maybe they thought it might affect me somehow.
Would it?
No, it wouldn't affect me. I put the war out of my mind completely, forgot about it, went to work like a civilian.
His attitude at 94 is a great one, living his best life.
Just go with the flow, you know. If wherever fate sends me, okay, I'm there.
Stephen Casimir, we thank you wholeheartedly for your service and for unlocking memories to share with the world.